I'm from the city of Decatur, Georgia, man. Downtown Decatur, the heart of it, man.
Certain part you represent?
Just them three houses. Where them three houses at, man? That's where I'm from.
Now, is Decatur considered part of Atlanta, or is it its own city to itself?
Yeah, it's our own city to itself. Our own school system, our own police department, our own everything.
And it sits outside of Atlanta?
Yeah, on the east side of Atlanta.
Okay. Now, still currently residing in Decatur?
Nah, man. I go there every weekend, but yeah, gotta stay going now.
You currently reside in Atlanta?
Nah.
Oh, you don't even reside in Atlanta?
Nah, man.
Oh, okay. Where do you currently reside?
I don't know.
Okay. Somewhere in the vicinity.
Somewhere in, yeah.
Somebody's watching this. How far is Atlanta from Decatur?
10 minutes, 15 minutes at the part of, like from Kirkwood, man, 5-10 minutes. But you know, it's just a part of, whatever part of Atlanta you're talking about. So
is Decatur considered a suburb of Atlanta?
Nah, man. Decatur's own hood, there's a lot I could talk about Decatur, you know, but Decatur got his own lifestyle.
How old were you when you moved out of Decatur?
I moved out of Decatur. I got kicked out of my mama's house, man. I was 16 years old, man. 16 years old. But even during that time, man, I slept at the park, Elster Park, man. I slept outside, man, Elster Park, man, till I got right, man.
Homeless?
Homeless. Yep, man, homeless, man. I kept clothes down my little buddy house, man. You know, out there in government assistance, you know, they don't let, if they ain't on your lease, they don't let people, you know what I mean, stay with you. So they'll try to put you out and everything, so won't nobody really, like, you know, risk that chance. So I just asked my buddy mama, man, like, let me keep my clothes down here, you know. Oh, I lied to, man, everybody who I grew up with, man, I lied to them. Like, yeah, I go to my sister's house, you know, when I leave here, but, you know, man, I stay outside. You know what I mean? I stay outside till the last person went in. And like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave, man, you know, I'm pay the tax or whatever, you know what I mean, walk to my sister's house. But man, I was going right across the street, man, the Elster Park, man, sleeping on the slide, man. Man, waking up in the morning, man, going to my partner Key Ryan house, you know, taking a shower, man, changing clothes, man, going right to school from there. Same thing that day, man. You know, the weekend was the best time, that was the most time, you know, people stayed out the longest, so, you know, we partied.
So let's break a few things down. What were you kicked out for at 16 years old?
Man, just being that person, you know, man. In my mama's eyes, you know, I was a risk to her losing her government assistance, to her getting put out. She rather feel like she rather put out one child than you know what I mean, and the rest of the kids, you know what I mean, be homeless or ain't got nowhere to stay. I don't fault her for that. I love my mama to death, you know what I mean. But you know, decision, you gotta make decisions, man. You gotta, you know.
So I'm assuming here you were involved in some sort of street activity at the time?
Man, life. Just, hey, life, man. You know, growing up as a child, you know. Just stuff you do, you know, wrong crowd, you hang with the wrong crowd, stuff happen, man, you know. You know, you get involved in stuff, man, your name get brought up in stuff that ain't even got nothing to do with you, you know, like, man, mama got tired of that, you know, people coming to her saying, man, your son did this or, you know, all that, man. At the end of the day, you know, she get tired of hearing it, whether she, you know, she assuming it really happened or not, you know, she get tired of hearing it. So, you know, my name came up in a lot of stuff, you know. You know, so, your life, man, at the end of the city of Decatur, man. 3 houses, something different, man. People on the outside look at it like, oh, you know, it's lame and this and that, man. But, man, inside them bricks, man, like, man, a lot of shit done happened, man. You know what I mean? A lot of shit done happened, man. I'm to my Schwarzen Heights Gateway OP, but a lot of shit didn't happen, but they'll tell you about it. A lot of shit didn't happen, you know, so life out there.
Now, your mom kicks you out. Was this talked about, you getting kicked out? Did she warn you before? Hey, you keep doing this stuff, I'm kicking you out.
Man, you know, man, as a kid, you don't remember being warned. You know, like, I don't remember being warned, man. I just remember, man, going in the house and mama say, I'm tired of this, I'm fed up with this, man, you know what I mean? You gotta go. You know, you're your daddy's son, you know, you gotta go. So I just remember leaving out the house. You know, I walk, you know, it was just, you know, regular argument, man, with mama. You know, I respect my mama to death. You know, I left, I'm leaving out the house, man. But the part that really hit me, man, my mama came out there behind me and asked me for that key back. And she asked me for that key back, but You know.
You mentioned she said you were your daddy's son. Why not stay at Dad's crib?
Man, to be honest, man, my dad a functioning crackhead, man. Man, my dad smoked dope, man. You know, I mean, I love my dad to death, man. I don't, you know, like, he been, I respect him, man, for 5 years, man. But, you know, like, me and him, you know, man, I talk to him now to this day, but back then, man, there wasn't no seeing eye to eye. You know, there wasn't no seeing eye to eye. You know, he went down with us growing up and everything, so before I even understand, like, his story, why he went down, you know what I mean? My mom put stuff in my head about him, so, you know, it was just, like, hatred toward him. You know, it was real hatred toward him, you know what I mean? So even being there with him, you know what I mean? Like, nah, man, I heard a story about him, man, like, fighting my uncle and being my uncle, you know what I mean? Forcing him, you know what I mean, to smoke and do this and that, you know what I mean? At 13, 14, and, you know, man, just being around that, man. You know, I love my dad to death, but we talking real, man. It real here.
Now, how old were you when your parents separated?
Man, I don't think they ever were really together, man.
Huh.
I don't know. I don't think they ever were really together.
You obviously lived with your mom.
Yeah, I live with her, yeah.
How often would you see your father?
Every blue moon, man. Yeah. Every blue moon, you know.
When you saw your dad, did you stay at his house, or?
I stayed at my grandma's house, his mama's house, in East Point. Yeah.
Now, how did things get back together? How did you get cool with your father?
Man, through my auntie, man. Like, man, you know, like my auntie, his sister, you know, like, man, she wanted auntie like family this, family that, you know, like, bringing family together, you know, all that. So, man, he was over her house one day, and we was just there just telling jokes, laughing, and all that. Man, my daddy just pulled him to the side and really, like, told me story, like, you know what I mean? This really what happened, and, you know, opened up my eyes, you know, opened up my eyes to it, you know, to really made me realize, you know, like, he ain't, you know what I mean? Like, he ain't really just neglect that at a young age, you know, it really, like, instead of fighting with my child mama, you know what I mean? I really just pulled myself away until everything clear up, until they old enough to really understand, you know, what's really going on out here, so, you know.
I see.
Yeah.
So, your aunt kind of got a perspective that you understood of him, and is it at that point you reach out to him?
Nah, we eye to eye.
Oh, you were eye to eye.
Yeah, we face to face, and you know, like, man, I don't want to talk to you like that, man, being like that to the point where, man, let me just see what you got to say. You know, I ain't got to talk back to him. Let me see what you got to say, man. And man, he opened up my eye to a lot of stuff, man. You know, man, he opened up my eye to a lot of stuff, man.
Do you remember how old you were when you had that conversation? You were kicked out at 16.
Yeah, I was kicked out about 16. When we had that conversation, it was about around, let me see, it about a couple months after that, you know. Yeah, about a couple months after that.
Did your father know you were homeless?
No, man, really, ain't, you know, a couple people from the hood knew, really, you know, family ain't really know. You know, family ain't really know. You know?
Did your mom even know?
I think my mama think I went and stayed with my sister. Yeah, so.
When your mom was kicking you out and said, "Give me the key," I mean, did you tell her, "All right, fine, I'll go stay with your sister"?
Nah, man, I was stuck, man. You know, she got that key back, man. Like, that did something to me. Like,
you didn't plead with her and say, "Hey, look,
man, I was stuck.
If I give you this key back, I have nowhere to go"?
Nah, man, I was stuck, man. You know, like, I was stuck. I was stuck, bro.
Was it ego? Was it pride?
Man, God and the truth, I don't know what it was, man. It was a feeling. I know that it was a feeling. You know, it was a terrible feeling, but at a young age, like a terrible feeling, you know.
Now, there's different levels of homelessness, and before I go through this, how long were you homeless for? 16 years old.
Man, I was 16 years old. My sister came. I really stayed with my sister after that. I was home probably about 3 months. I went through that whole process probably like 3 months. When I stayed with my sister, got into it with her baby dad, and she kicked me out too.
So go ahead.
But yeah.
let's go over a few things. Now, there's different levels of homelessness. Some are worse than others.
Yeah.
It can start out as, jumping from couch to couch, jumping from house to house.
I'm talking about sleeping outside, man. I ain't man, it wasn't no house to house, it wasn't no sleeping on nobody's couch or none of that. It was sleeping outside, man. I slept at Epster Park, man. I slept outside, man.
Maybe worse than the jumping from couch to couch, house to house, living in a shelter?
Man, worse than that, man. It really being alone, man. That feeling of being alone, man.
Sometimes if people don't live in a shelter, the next thing they may do is live in a car.
I ain't have no car at that age.
Worse than living in a car, which you have mentioned, park bench.
Yeah. I slept on the slide, man, now, man.
Inside the slide?
No, at the bottom of the slide, man. Shirt rolled up, put it behind your head, man. Look up to the sky, man, and question God, man, and argue with God. Argue with God, man. Argue with him. You know what I mean? Like, why me? Why I'm going through that? You know what I mean? But,
How long were you on that park situation for?
Man, about 4 months. Had to be at least about 4 months, about 3.5 months. And I went to stay
3.5 months in the park?
Man, 3.5 months in the park, man.
What did you do when it rained? Or the weather was bad?
Man,
Lightning, thunder?
Slept on the bench, man, up under the gazebo. Man, it was life. It was real life, man. Just like I told you, man, my partner Penny, man, going to her mama house, changing clothes, man, in the morning. Some of them days, man, she let me stay down there, in her eye to the rent off office, you know what I mean, in the morning time. Then I had to go and everything, but, till my sister let me in her house, like, real, it was outside, man.
You asked your sister to do this, or she found out and was
man,
like...
my sister found out, man. My sister found out. My sister came. My sister drove up there one day, man. I was up there and told me, nah, brother. I got my own place. At first I thought it was a bragging, like she doing better than me in life. You know what I mean? So I really ain't want to go at first, but it really was just like, man, I want to see my little brother going through that, man. Let me help him out. So I went over there and stayed with my sister. She dropped me off at school in the morning, man, and that happened to the point, man. My sister put $100 in my hand, man. My sister put $100 in my hand, man. I remember it like it was yesterday. My sister put $100 in my hand, man. I went to school, man, and gambled. I went to school and shot that, man. Came up, left there, man. Went to the park, man. Gambled. You know what I mean? Came up. You know what I mean? That gambling, but like, to be honest, man, that gambling really is something that changed my life, man.
Explain.
Honestly, man. Man, I was 11 years old, man. My Uncle Schwo, we seen the Capitol Home Park. My Uncle Schwo, you know what I mean? He was out there gambling. He was out there getting to it. I was talking about big day game. I'm sitting right down the car, like, watching all this. So we came back over there. He was asking me, like, you know what I mean? Like, man, what you watching there for, man? What you watching there for? So I told him, like, man, put down, you know what I mean? I probably had about $12 in my pocket. Man, put down, man, gambling. You got to teach me how to do that. Put down, playing with him and everything. He sat down there and showed me exactly how to route, well, man, with gambling. So I told him, you know what I mean? Like, but I'm finna do this, but it was a quick come up, you know what I mean? I was hungry for it at a young age, you know what I mean? He beat me out my little money then. And I felt a little feeling, I ain't hurting about losing no money and everything, but he told me, like, boy, you don't want to get in this. I started going, you know what I mean? Like, but gambling, but, and then, my sister gave me that $100, man, it went from that 100 to 200, you know what I mean? The 250 to 300, you know what I mean? The gambling bigger, making more money, man, to the point it stuck with me for life, man. But, but that gambling, man, hey, that's a real shit. That's it, but.
You're addicted?
Man, addicted. I'm gonna show you something right now, bro. Man, before I came up here, bro, we gambling in the park, man, bro. Addicted ain't the thing, bro. I'm addicted. I'm addicted. I'm addicted to gambling, man, to the point, man, I done seen 10, 12,000, man, out gambling, man. I'm talking about more than that, one night, you know what I mean?
One night?
4, 5 hours, man. Spat, man, 2 days, 3 days, whatever you want to do, man. The best thing I done caught on to, man, is, hey, ace high. Man, like, man, one the high number, you know what I mean? 2 the lower number, you know what I mean? But 100, you bet 100, I got 100. You roll dice, I roll dice. Whoever got the high number, I pick up 100. Keep going, man, you know what I mean? 3, 4 hours of that, man, you know what I mean? Shit, all right, you tell me how much money you can add up. Yeah. I tell you, addicted, but hey, but addicted to gambling, but.
Now that was these nights that you're talking about, winning $12,000 in one night. That sounds wonderful.
Nah, ain't wonderful, man, because you can lose that money too, but it been a lot of time, but you go out there, but thinking you finna hit, but you got 5,000 on you, but come back, but with 700-800, but you know what I mean, less than that, but you probably lose it all, but like, you know, it's a gamble, you know what I mean, you win some, you lose some, you know, ups and downs, but it's a gamble, you know what I mean, you gotta, but scared to lose money, don't do it, don't get into it.
So what's out of all the times you've gambled at this point, have you won more overall, or lost more, or broke even?
To be honest, man, everybody know, man, say, man, Mel, but you're a lucky stroker, bro. I done won way more money, man, than I done lost. You know, I'm talking about.
So far.
Yeah, so far, man. I done won way more money than I done lost, man.
And it's mostly with dice.
Yeah, I don't gamble like a lot of people gamble cards, do all that. I just shoot dice, man. I just shoot dice, you know, roll dice.
When it comes to shooting dice, sometimes there's some trickery involved.
Man, I don't do no trickery, man. Hey, but you go buy them dice out them store. You know, all them weight people, they say people put weight, man, skin them, scrape them, do all that, man. I don't do none of that, man. We're gonna shoot straight dice, man.
Have you ever caught people trying to do tricks against you playing dice?
No. No.
Never found no trick dice or nothing like that?
No.
Sometimes
not
too.
Not my knowledge, I say that, but you
okay.
know, yeah.
Sometimes these dice games can be so intense. We've heard of stories where people get shot, maybe killed from gambling.
Yeah. Hey, man, it happened like that, man. But to be honest, man, we was at the spot one night, and they did the guard and the troop, but we was at the spot one night, man, and you know, me and my little buddy, you know, it was a 2-hour ride, you know what I mean, to the spot we were going to, but you know, we had to roll down there, good people, family and everything down there, so we had to roll down there. And man, you know, I was in the house with my little buddy, I was like, I'm ready to go back to Atlanta, but I didn't hit. I probably hit for about 75, just say about 7,500 that night. I'm like, but I'm good, I'm finna get ready to go back to the spot. You know what I mean, go back to ride back to Atlanta, you know what I mean? So my buddy like, shit, I'm finna stay down there, you know, I'm finna stay down here. So I was like, you know what I mean, cool shit. I had to hand him the fire, you know what I mean? Like, bro, you know what I mean? Shit, just be straight. I'll be down here in the morning, you know what I mean? Make sure everything's straight. You know what I mean? And man, I left out the house, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I had a book bag right down the passenger seat, so I'm riding back to back street. It's a road right before you get to the main street. You know, you turn on the main street, hit the expressway. So I'm riding down there, there's a stop sign right there. I stop at the stop sign, you know, like, you know, but hey, when it comes to that money, you know, you pull the money out, flip through it, like, but I didn't hit, call my old lady, but I'm on the way home, call on hit. I look up in the rearview mirror, there's a car, about 4 cars distant back there. You know what I mean? Like, they cut on their blinker and cut it off. You know what I mean? I'm thinking to myself, like, what the heck? You know what I mean? I ain't thinking nothing about it. You know, I'm thinking like, they don't want to pull up at me, I'm at the stop sign, they don't know what I'm thinking. You know, so as soon as I ease through the stop sign, man, you know, like, car speed up. You know what I mean? Car speed up, man, and I hit the first shot. You know what I mean? I hit the first shot, so, you know what I mean? I'm ducking. You know, I'm like, what the fuck? I ain't thinking they shooting at me. I'm like, what the fuck? But the shot just kept coming. So I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I'm really trying to get away from them, you know what I mean, man? By the time I look up, man, I run dead into a car. A parked car on the side of the road. Boom, I run dead into a car, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I jump out of the car and I'm like, but I don't know what happened, you know what I mean? I just break out running, but I don't know, my mind spinning, everything going on, man, you know what I mean? Like, I just break out running, you know what I mean? Like, man, by the time I catch myself, like, man, what the fuck I'm doing, but you know, I left the money, everything, you know what I mean? I hit these folk car, I go back to the car, zip up the book bag. By that time, the people house it was, you know what I mean? They come out, oh, hell, what the fuck? They on the phone, the police out to see this shit, can't leave, you know what I mean? But to the point, but I'm stuck, you know what I mean? Like, I'm checking myself, I ain't got no file on me, I ain't got nothing, I'm really just out there. So the people come out there, they cussing, oh yeah, you hit my goddamn car, they going crazy. Like, I'm instead of stunning this, you know what I mean? I look at the back of the truck, man, that bullet hole, man, I'm talking about, man, it was a pickup truck, dart around, man, it was a runner truck too, man, the tailgate of that motherfucker look like a movie, bro. Tailgate that bitch like a movie, bro. But I'm talking about that really just, bro, that sent a shock through a nigga body, like, man, what the fuck? You know what I mean? This shit ain't never happened, bro. Man, I've been going down there till they play, man, since I was about 17 years old. Shit ain't never happened down there. So, you know what I mean? I'm like, man, what the fuck? I'm thinking by that time, police had to pull up. So they question me, like, they jump out, but with guns at me, like I'm the damn, like I'm out here shooting at people and shit, you know what I mean? But they ain't know what's going on. You know, they asked me, I'm on the ground, they asked me what's going on, they picked me up, like, I'm like, but I don't know, but shot, wrong guy. I try to get away from them, I'm ducking, I hit these folk car, like, you know what I mean, everything like that. So by that time, you know what I mean, he put me aside, like, you know what I mean? But either God was on you, either God was on your side, or these was some amateurs. You know, that's exactly what he said. He's like, man, look at all these bullet holes. You know, like, I'm shaking my head, like, man, like, in disbelief, but it's on God. I'm shaking my head in disbelief, so the people, like, she ain't even stunned me getting shot at enough. She stunned her damn car and shit, like, somebody gonna pay my need insurance. But by that time, man, on that car, you know what I mean, it was a rental car, so, you know, Enterprise take care of you know what I mean, they truck, but they don't pay for whatever you hit. So really I had to, you know, take care of her, you know, out of pocket and everything. But make a long story short, man, I come back down now about a week and a half later. Man, me and my little partner, Lil D, man, we sitting at the gas station. And my little partner D, man, sitting at the gas station, man. And then I look to the right, man, I see my little partner girl pull up. You know, she jump out the car, she walk in front of our car. She like, hey, man, put her head down, walk in the store. You know what I mean? I'm thinking to myself, like, man, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, Shawty ain't never been like that. She'll you to give me a hug or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, it's always love, always found. So she come back out the store. So she was like, Mel, can I talk to you? You know, and I was like, yeah, I said, what's up, man? Y'all all right, man? Y'all going through it or something, you know, whatever. She said, nah, man, I really need to talk to you. You know, so I walked around in front of the car, standing in front of the car, like, so what's up? You know what I mean? Like, really going on? Man, God, man, it's on my knee grade, man. This girl tell me, man, I knew shot at you. Ain't nobody else down now, but we ain't making no big K. We ain't tell everybody like all this shit happened. That girl come to me, I swear for God and say, man, I know shot at you. You know, I looked at her like, man, what the fuck you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, man, you don't know the fuck, man, you know, what the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, street, man, I ain't know I done that shit, man, you know. Say, nah, man, I know talking about you, man. Sad thing about it, man, they sit in the living room, talk about all this shit here, like, by net time, but that nigga ain't down, I'ma kill him net time, but, you know, all this shit here, this and that. You know what I mean? I'm thinking to myself, man, Shawty explained to me exactly how that shit happened that night, how they shot my truck rolled through the stop sign, they bust that right, man, going down that street, man, at the stop sign, everything, man. I thought to myself, man, like, it's crazy ass shit, man. The person who you say shot at me, man, my blood, that's my flesh and blood, bro. My flesh and motherfucking blood, bro. That's why to this day, bro, I don't trust nobody, bro. I don't trust nobody, bro. That's my flesh and blood, bro. I'm talking about my flesh and motherfucking blood, bro.
Biologically related.
Man, they're my flesh and blood, man. And they're my flesh and motherfucking blood, bro. They're my blood. I'm talking about, like, my blood. Like, no, man, that why I don't trust nobody, bro. God, bro, that why I don't trust nobody, bro. I don't trust nobody, but them dicey, bro, lead to greed, bro, and getting money, bro, that shit lead to greed, man. You know what I mean? Everybody want it, everybody envy you, motherfucker want what you got, you know, everything, man, that shit lead to. That shit just downhill, bro, for now, bro. I don't trust nobody, bro. I don't trust nobody, bro. I don't trust the motherfucker I sleep next to, bro. And I love her to death, but I don't trust nobody, bro. I done heard, man, my own close friend, man, who I grew up in the sandbox with, bro. Like, man, they real shit, man. I grew up in the sandbox with them. I'm talking about share oatmeal pies and everything, bro. They real shit, bro. I share oatmeal pie with that young nigga, bro. Tell folk, man, he wanna get me hit. But I'm gonna get me a rod, but that nigga be flexing out, man, I'm gonna get me a rod, bro. I'm gonna this and that, like, they real shit, bro. This ain't no gimme, no flexing or nothing. This is on my auntie grave, bro. It's on my auntie, but that shit, you know what I mean? I don't trust nobody, bro. Nigga play your ass little, boy. Nigga ain't doing nothing about here bean pots and pan, man, making noise, man, lying about what they really about, bro.
So was the plan to rob you or kill you that night?
To be honest, man, I'm tell you one thing, man. I ain't no type of nigga that walk around like, oh, I'm fired, you shoot at you, all that shit, but I give you the shirt on my back. But anybody know, but if they wanted to hit me, bro, rob me, man, like, bro, you can walk up on me, and you know what I mean? Like family like that, bro. Family like that, he could have been right there in the car with me. Roll back to the house, that blood, you know what I mean, man? It was just, man, in my heart, bro, how I feel, bro, it was hatred, bro. It was hatred, bro. Like, a nigga coming to your hood, like, you know, all them people down there, them hit people, you know what I mean? I really just associate with them through him. That family, my family down there, you know what I mean? Like, so me coming down there hitting and consistently hitting and everybody fucking with me, you know what I mean? Like, people down there know me, you know what I mean? Like, and his eyes, like, it make him seem like a lame, you know what I mean? I hate to say it about my family, you know what I mean? But it make him seem like a lame. You know, like, honestly, you know what I mean? So, that shit just hatred, bro.
Was he at that particular dice game where you had one big night?
Man, he left, man. He left probably about an hour and a half before I left, man. You know, I don't know. You know, they say he lost, but I don't know. I don't count nobody else's packet. You know what I mean? But they say, man, they say he had in law. You know what I mean? And
has this person been confronted since the incident?
Hey, man, you go to the next question, fam.
Did that stop you from gambling after that? Did you finish gambling after
That
that?
ain't stopped me, man. I seen my cousin get shot right in front of me, man. Die right in front of me, boy. The nigga behind dice game, bro. that ain't stopped me.
Why not?
Man,
Sounds dangerous.
It is dangerous, man. It's life, you know. Everything dangerous. Shit, going to the convenience store right now, dangerous. You get shot coming out of the gas station. You know what I mean? Everything dangerous,
But the chances of you getting shot at a convenience store versus the chances of you getting shot at a dice game where money is being gambled, it seems like there would be a better chance of something violent happening when you're comparing these two scenarios.
Yeah, you right. Yeah, but it just depends on who you gambling. Like, honestly, man, because there's a lot of people out there, man, who gamble, you know what I mean? They people and all that, you know what I mean? People got money, gamble, people got money, and it's just a sport, you know what I mean? It's just a sport, man. Get money, you beat me, I beat you, everything, but you know, we start hanging around people, man, who sit back, man, and watch and get mad. You know, they lose their money, get mad. A lot of people come in the game, man, gambling their rent money, and gambling bill money, you know what I mean? Baby shoe money and everything, man, and lose it. You know, lose it, man. Shit, that's a terrible feeling now. You know, I'd rather take from you than go home and tell my old lady, you know what I mean? But the bill ain't really paid up. These kids don't have what they're supposed to have.
Have you been ever asked to quit gambling before?
But my auntie, man, before she died, man, she begged me, man. She begged me to just let it go. She begged me. I'm talking about, when I say begged me, I'm talking about begged me to let it go. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she begged me to let it go. And
you didn't?
That shit just a habit, man. That shit, man, I don't... Man, starting gambling, man, like really being introduced to that shit young, man. I could be standing right next to somebody, man, a person posting skills in their hand and start shaking skills, man. I look at them like, boy, put down, you know what I mean? Like, let bet, so, you know, it's a habit, man. Like, being in the apartment, man, like, what, everybody gamble? You know what I mean? Like, me, Lee Bud, Lyle, you know, count like everybody. I'm talking, this is a daily routine. It ain't just no, oh, we're gonna come up with that. Like, man, I remember days gambling quarters, man. I'm talking about being young, gambling quarter, man. Like, man, I done been ISS gambling, suspended from school for gambling. If I even went from McKinney, man, I'd probably been kicked out of school, man. Gambling. You know what I mean? Supposed to be in gym class. We on the side of the gym. You know, shit, get to it. Shit, that shit just a habit, man.
You were almost killed for gambling.
Man, I almost killed for gambling, man. Shit happened, you know what I mean? Like, you know, shit happened, bro.
Do you feel like you need counseling or some sort of therapy for this?
Man, nah. I probably just need to get beat one time. I get beat one good time, man. I probably quit. You know, being up, man. You know, lucky stroke, bro. Lucky stroke. Lucky stroke, man. I'm about ready to gamble you, bro. You want to gamble, bro?
Let's gamble on the views on this interview.
Man, one thing about speaking my life, man, ain't got nothing to do with views or no light, man. We gonna just speak reality, you know? We're gonna speak reality, man.
Finishing back our conversation about your homelessness, did you meet or encounter other homeless people during that 3-month period of time?
Nah, man. Nah, it wasn't, man, let me tell you one thing. People who, my close friend, man, they know I was out there. Like, afterward, I think, man, to be honest, I think somebody walked by, man, and seen me out there. I think somebody walked by and seen me out there, and then conversations just started to talk to each other about it, man. Because really, I went, man, when I tell you, man, we'll be standing at the bottom of the gateway, but it'd be about 10, you know what I mean, 12 of us, we just out there just having fun. And, you know, one person might go in the house, the other person might start going in the house, and I stay out there till the last person leave. Nobody know, you know what I mean? Like, it just felt like I ain't living in my mama's house no more. I'm like, yeah, man, my sister get out of work late, you know what I mean? She gonna pick me up at the train station, you know what I mean? Like, we'll meet, and I just leave, you know what I mean? I go, say the last person going to the house at 12, you know what I mean? But I go from Gateway, cross the street, Elster Park, man, sleep on the slide. You know, a lot of times I just stayed up there rain route, you know what I mean? Like, whatever I did till I fell asleep. Wake up, you know what I mean? Get up or whatever, you know what I mean? Go straight down to the Curano house, take a shower, take a bath and everything, you know what I mean? Go right to school.
Did it ever come to a point where you had to beg for money?
Nah, man. Nah.
Why not?
Pride, man.
I did mention a shelter before.
Yeah,
was that ever a thought?
Nah, man. I don't think that ever crossed my mind, man. I don't even think shelter ever crossed my mind, to be honest with you. It was just day by day, man. I was living day by day, man. Then, you know.
What was your bottom point out of those 3 months?
I know one night, man, I just wanted to just die, bro. You know, one night, but I just want God to just come down there and just, shit, man, come get me, man.
Suicidal thought?
Man, you call it whatever you want to call it, bro. You know, man, being to the point where you fed up, but that's a terrible feeling, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Being honest, like smiling, you continue to smile around everybody thinking you know what I mean, man? Like, man, that shit got deep, man. That shit got deep, man, to the point, man. Like, man, I was taking my pants, man. I probably have on a pair of jeans, man. The next day, man, I might turn the pants inside out. Man, and you know what I mean, right? Like, you know what I mean, guac fam on it or something on it, you know what I mean? Like going to school the same way, you know what I mean? Like, people ain't even understand that shit, bro. But that shit was a tough time, bro. But like, you know what I mean, not telling nobody, but really you ain't got nobody to talk to about this, you know what I mean? Like, it's bad to say it, man. It was just a pride thing, man. But them times fucked up, bro.
No one at school noticed?
Man, I doubt it, man. I doubt it, man. You know, like people mind wasn't even on that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, you know what I mean? I can't read nobody's mind, I don't know.
Never asked nobody for some money in the sense of, oh, let me hold $5. Like at school, man, like a kid at school or something?
Nah, man, that pride, man. We got free lunch. Man. You know, that pride, man. To the point where, you know, you know, it was money being made. You know, I don't want to talk about that subject, but it was money being made. But, you know, being home like that, man, that teach you, man, the money being made, man. Like, get it, keep it. You know what I mean? Like, man, you'll never know what tomorrow gonna bring, man. You'll never know what tomorrow gonna bring, bro. So I just had too much pride to even ask somebody for anything, man.
How much did you have in your pocket when your mom kicked you out, though, that first day? And man, she said, give me your key.
To be honest, man, I think I had $18 in my pocket, man. I think I had $18 in my pocket, bro.
What kept you from giving up or crashing out?
Man, I don't know, man. I think God set my sister right there, right at the right time, man. I don't know what I was thinking about doing, man. I know to the point where, like, I don't know what I was thinking about doing, Smallz. You know, to be honest, but I probably would have lost it, bro. If I ain't had the people around me, bro, like, you know, like, shit, you know, like, man, you know, fake it till you make it. You know what I mean? Like shit, fake it till you make it, bro. That was just my goal, bro. Fake it till I make it, bro. You know, like, yeah, I'm straight, everything good, you know what I mean, to the point where everything get good, you know what I mean, or to the point where it got good. It was just fake it till you make it, bro. You know, shit, be, you know, fake it till you make it, bro.
So how did you get out of homelessness? Because your sister took you in, you had a fight.
Yep, she
kicked you out.
She kicked me back out, man.
And then what? How did you eventually get it out?
Man, my little partner B, man. Lil B, man. And Lil B stayed, man. Lil B had a little trap out, man. The God and Lil B had a little trap out. Man, Lil B had a kid, he had an old lady, him. He had a cousin staying there. You know what I mean? He had no extra room, bro. Man, you know, I ran to man, Lil B had a studio in there. He was like, boy, Mel, you know how to rap, boy, come stay out here to the point, man. I walked 20 miles, bro. That's on God. I walked 20 miles, man, to be the Lil B house, man. I think Lil B the first person I really talked to about that situation too. You know, man, Lil B was like, man, I don't give a fuck, man. You can stay here, bro. You know, man, you can stay here, bro. You know what I mean? You gotta sleep on the couch, sleep on the floor, anything, man, really. You know what I mean, man? You can stay here. You know what I mean? It was just, you know, Lil B one of them old heads, you know, grew up in the apartment, you know what I mean? Like, he was just like, but come on, man, I know you, man, since Snyder old day, you know, really, man, you can stay here. You know, and but I stayed there, and I ain't gonna lie to you, but that shit turned into something, but like, you know, now that when that money started rolling in, then.
How long do you think you stayed there for?
I probably stayed with my buddy, man. For, let me see. I probably stayed with my little buddy for about, around time, probably about a good, about a good year, shit, cause man, we made it do what it do in the house. You know what I mean? Had the studio there, you know what I mean? Really want no reading to leave. You know, really want no reading to leave, bro. Yeah, want no reading to leave, man.
What did this homelessness experience teach you?
But man, it taught me a lot, bro. Like, I think that experience taught me how to be a man. Like honestly, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, honestly, man, I thought, man, I always had a good heart, man. I thought going through that, man, it really gonna take my heart away from me, like, you know, like being kind to people and everything. It really just made it better, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to see nobody else, man, going through that, man. Like, kid these days, man, like, every time you see me, like, they go out on every time I come up on, man, but I'm going back to my old hood doing something for somebody, but somebody, it was a bunch of kids or a bunch of people or something doing something for somebody, man. I'm doing something for somebody, but I just, you know what I mean? Like, it turned me to the person who I am now. You know what I mean? Like, it's a blessing, but to have whatever you got. You know, it's a blessing to have whatever you got, man. You know, honestly.
Give us some advice. Circumstances could be different for everybody, but somebody watching this, maybe they're about to be homeless themselves. Anything you would tell them?
Man, be honest, man. Pray, man. Hey, man, that storm gonna pass, man. You know, they're being honest, man. Like, man, it's man, getting advice, man, really ain't it ain't my cup of tea, man. Like, I failed on giving advice, man. I failed, man, but small, man, I don't know if you knew, but I failed on giving advice, bro.
Any advice on somebody getting out of homelessness?
Be honest, man, like, learn how to get it. Learn. It's always a way, man, to get it, man. There's always somebody right there, man, that you'll never expect, man, to look out for you, man, to bend over backward for you. You know what I mean? You really got to open up your eyes, man, to understand, man, who God put in your life for you, man. You know, we ain't gonna get all spiritual and everything, but, man, that man moving mysterious ways, bro.
Hindsight 2020. Could this have been prevented?
What you mean by that?
You being homeless, could that have been prevented or no?
Man, everything could be prevented. You know, it's just the route you take, man, to get right there. You know, everything could be prevented, man. You know, but you don't never know it until it hit. You know what I mean? I ain't know I'm gonna walk out there doing trip. You know what I mean? Until I walk out there doing trip. You know what I mean? Shit, if I would have walked, took bigger steps. You know what I mean? Shit. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, advice, man, Small, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Advice, man, I failed giving advice, man. And I can be honest with you, man. I really want to talk about this, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about it, man. Giving advice, man, like, I failed on one person, man. I failed on giving one person advice, man. And it really, like, this, man, my little brother, man. I call him my little brother, but he really like a street brother to me, man. And he was just a young dude, man. He had, man, love. He just had heart, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Instead of just being like that role model to him, like I knew he was going down the wrong path, but instead of being like that role model to him, you know, like it was more like, but they're my little dog, you know what I mean? But buddy on go, you know what I mean? Sight the head out and everything to the point where, man, God put me in a position where I was able to bless him. You know, like I was able to bless him, like, you know what I mean, man, get out the environment you in, man, come stay out here with me. You know, like, man, you know what I mean? Like, just get out the environment you in, bro, you know, I'm really right here for you, you know what I mean? To the point, man, it just ain't play out like that, man. You know, like, ain't play out like that. I really should have just sat down and really, you know what I mean, like told him about the route I went down, you know, everything I went through, everything people around me that went through, you know, just life experience and really just showed him, you know, picked him up and really just went the extra mile, man, to help him get out of that situation. You know what I mean? Like, but it ain't go like that, man. Now my little buddy fighting for his life, bro. Trusting. Man, trusting the junkie bomb, bro. Putting that trust in the wrong person, bro. My little brother fighting for his life, bro. That's why I say, man, like advice, man, like helping people out, man. You know, like I can do that, bro, but man, fighting for his life, bro. Fighting for his life.